Unscripted. Located in Stuart Castle, Duncan's Trelawney, Jamaica. We broadcast on FM 96.7 locally and is heard worldwide on fitfmja.com. Our mission is to amplify diverse voices and opinions, inform, educate, entertain, and engage listeners of all ages and lifestyle while promoting responsible community development. Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Cultural Mix, an exciting radio show identifying and showcasing cultural diversity across the world through music, interviews, and lively discussions. Join Bev Moonchild on Fit FM 96.7, Fridays 6 to 8 p.m. Cultural Mix, everything cultural. Tune in. Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music. Cultural Mix, cultural diversity in music and lifestyle on Fit FM 96.7 with Bev Moonchild. Fit FM, your life, your music.
Never let the system get you down. No way, no way. Never let it make you wear a frown. Well, you are only one life to live. So your best shot, you've got to give it. I'm standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall. I'm standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 above them all. Well, things may not be like you want them to be, yes, so be wise, you got to try carefully. Well, there may be obstacles in the way. Just remember, Rome wasn't built in one day. I'm standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall. Well, I'm standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 above them all. Well. You keep your sanity, yes, facing all kind of constraints every day. In this life, your dues you've got to pay. Yes, I'm standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall. Well, I'm standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 among them all. I'm standing 10, I'm standing 10 feet tall. I'm standing 10, I'm standing 10 feet tall. Standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall.
10 feet tall? Wait, so I can't sing this one. Standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall. I can't manage this one, man. How are we? How are you folks? Wherever you are in the world, we are saying good evening here from the studios of Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music. I am Bev Moonchild, and guess what? I'm here with your Friday evening program, Cultural Mix. We are here, and you realize we have a new theme song, right? In times like these, we really have to be able to stand 10 feet tall. Thank Imara for that one, standing 10 feet tall. Really, 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 really what we need in this time. Can't hold on our heads at all. We have to be standing 10 feet tall. And if we can't go a little taller than 10 feet, because, so much things to keep us down in this time. So, folks, wherever you are joining us from, we really want to say welcome, 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 welcome. And thank you always for tuning in on a Friday evening. We thank you so much. I am here, and we're going to be here for the next 2 hours. And we ask you to be with us as we go through another exciting program this evening on Cultural Mix. So wherever you are, just tell us where you're from so we can hail you up. I see Rosalie already watching, and we know Rosalie's in the UK. So thank you so much, Rosalie. And you know what time it is in the UK now? You're what, 6 hours ahead of us? So if it is 6 o'clock now, that would sound like what, almost midnight now? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You see me, I count finger 11, round about there, 11 after 11. So we know it's near bedtime for some people. And some people are going to be tuning in with us as we go through the next 2 hours on Cultural Mix, your regular Friday evening program on Fit FM 96.7. So we welcome the folks who have joined us on Facebook Live. We welcome those who have joined us on fitfmja.com. We thank you. And we want to welcome those who have joined us on the 96.7 band. We thank you so much. Always being... And YouTube, can't forget YouTube at all. We're also live. And friends who love Fit FM, yes, friends who love Fit FM, always tuning in to the programs here at Fit FM. And of course, you realize by now that we are growing leaps and bounds. Can't stop we again. You have to fit, you have to fit, you have to fit, you have to fit. I listen Mr. Fitness a morning time, and trust me, he is too fit. He is too fit, Mr. Fitness. But you're at the right place, Fit FM 96.7. Thanks again to the folks who are always with us. You are ever faithful, ever present, ever sure. We thank you so much always. So who is with us already apart from Rosalie? Mel Cinder Smith Drummond. Thank you so much, my dear. Blessings, Bev, she says. Blessings to you, Mel Cinder. Thank you so much for being here. And share the program with your friends. So if you're on Facebook, just share it so others can join and others can know what is going to happen this evening. It is another week. We are now in October. October is Heritage Month, first of all. And October is also Breast Cancer Month or Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we want persons to bear that in mind. And as I talk about breast cancer awareness, I'm going to just tell you about something that is happening tomorrow. Tomorrow, so the Heart and Soul Cancer Foundation of Jamaica, and they're, by the way, they're based in Trelawney, they'll be having their annual fundraising event tomorrow, albeit online. And because it's online, we want people to call this number, 876-587-6920. 876-587-6920. It's going to be online. It's going to be a show. There's going to be an auction. There's going to be all kind of thing happening online. But you have to call the number, get your link, and pay the little donation fee. It's a donation. 2,000 Jamaican or what? 30 US, I think. Call the number, and you can tune in and listen the show live. Take part. There's so much things to win. You can win costume, jewelry, doctor's visit in this time. Pap smear, 5 pap smear vouchers will be available. Consultation at Coastal Medical between October and December. And of course, I want to tell you some of the persons who are going to be on. So you can call the number and join in the fun tomorrow. Just $2,000 or 30 US. So the guest speaker will be Dr. Tanya Hamilton of Coastal Surgical Associates. She's a senior medical officer at the St. Anne's Bay Hospital. She'll be the guest speaker, she's a keynote speaker. And of course, Sonia Morrison, she'll be one of the guest speakers. She's the founder and president of Heart and Soul Cancer Foundation, Dr. Radine Wallace of Ladies Medical and Urgent Care, and I'll be the host tomorrow. So come check that out. Some of the performances, let me tell you quickly. Errol the Entertainer, he'll be one of the performers. Garth Bright, Wayne Armond from Chalice, Imara will be performing. Willie Stewart, former Third World drummer. Carl Dawkins will be on. Shelley Hicks will also be on. And as I said before, it is 2,000 Jamaican dollars or 30 US. Call the number 587-6920. It is for a worthy cause. It's going to be a Zoom fundraiser tomorrow because you know of the protocols that are involved for this COVID period. So call the number and support a worthy cause at the Heart and Soul Cancer Foundation of Jamaica as they put on their Pink and White event tomorrow. It's a fundraising event and Zoomathon, giving hope while saving lives. All right, so kudos there to the Heart and Soul Cancer Foundation of Jamaica on their Pink and White affair tomorrow. So call. You want me to give you the number again? Yes, 876-587-6920. Call now and make a donation, please. It's for a, you know, some ladies who suffer breast cancer, they can't even afford the fare to go to the doctor, to go to the hospital, to go and get their what is it called after you're diagnosed with the cancer, chemotherapy, and they can't afford the chemotherapy drugs either. So here is a cause to help. So reach out and support this cause. All right. So thank you, folks, for that. Tomorrow we'll see you if you call and be a part of the fundraising event tomorrow. All right. So thanks again, folks, for being here. We want you to share the live with your friends and invite them to come on as we are ready for our show for this evening, Cultural Mix, everything cultural. We talk, we don't even say interview, we just talk to people. And we have stories. If you're a musician, you know you're going to tell about your music and why certain music was written and the stories behind the music. It's everything cultural. We know cultural diversity. We appreciate cultural diversity and everything we talk about on Cultural Mix. This evening, we have an interesting guest lined up, and she's a poet. She's an author. She spoken word. So it's more than just writing. She's an author, and she's going to tell us everything that we want to know about her. And she calls herself Fruit Tree. So we want to know if all fruits ripe, Simone, and who can pick your fruits then. We don't know, right? So it should be an interesting discussion with our guests coming up. We are going to take a little break, and then we come right back. It's Cultural Mix. We are here in the studios of Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. We soon come back. Cultural Mix.
Well, yeah. Got to tell you this, you know. Battered and bruised, some win, some lose. Not trying to fit now in anyone's shoes. Lonely walk the road I choose, yeah. Not seeking a high, not trying to make your news. While navigate through time and space, aware of the triumphs that I must face. Straighten up my back, my boots are well laced. Not in a hurry, at my own pace. Can't give in, forward on a pushing. Can't give in, got to fight and win, yeah. Can't give in, forward on a pushing. Can't give in, got to fight and win. while trot along this rocky winding road, stalling and swaying, I can't afford. My mind is focused, my vision very clear. With faith and courage, I conquer my fear. I'm resolute, stand and salute, aiming at my target, right time to shoot. Get out of the way, don't block my vision. I am determined to accomplish my mission. Can't give in, forward on and pushing. Can't give in, got to fight and win. Can't give in, forward on and pushing. Can't give in, got to fight and win. Yeah. While navigate through space, aware of the trials that I must face. Straighten up my back, my boots on well layered. Not in a hurry, at my own pace. Can't give in, forward on and pushing. Can't give in, got to fight and win. Can't give in, forward on and pushing. Can't give in, got to fight and win. Oh, no, 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 no. We'll never, never.
Can't give in, can't give in, can't give in at all. Welcome back, folks, to Cultural Mix, your Friday evening program on Fit FM 96.7. I am Bev Moonchild, your host, and we want to thank everyone who have joined us already, and we want to thank the people who are going to join us soon. So we ask you to share the program with other persons so they can join and enjoy the discussion that we're going to be having with Fruit Tree Simone, Fruit Tree Door. How are you, Mama?
Hello, Bev. How are you doing? I'm good.
I am doing well. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you?
Good, man. Great. Awesome. Awesome.
Okay, good. I wonder if you're sweating like me. I sweat in another studio with the AC when I'm doing it.
Sweating. I was just actually rushing home, and yeah, I was a bit late.
Yes. So we want to thank you for coming on this evening, and we are going to have an awesome discussion. So tell us about the Fruit Tree name before we even begin.
You know what? People ask me this question all the time, and honestly, it's something that came to me because at the time in my life, I was not very happy. There was something that wasn't right, but I didn't know what it was. And I kept on asking myself, like, what's going on, Simone? This just isn't it. You know, what's going on? The Monday 9 to 5, doing everything monotonously. This is not you. And I started to take time out for myself and go into my silence a lot. And I started to do some meditation. And not meditation necessarily how you see people crossing their legs and, you know, doing what you're doing. It was just me being in my, either taking a bath on the bed by myself. I used to turn off the lights in complete darkness. And one day, one night, I heard or felt it in my body that, Simone, you're here to write, and you are going to be identified as a fruit tree, giving your fruits in your writing, your poetry. It will come as bitter fruits, sweet fruits, luscious fruits, whatever fruits, depending on how you feel, it's going to be in the form of poetry, your fruits. So that's basically how it came about.
Wow. Can you imagine the fruit just coming to you like that? And usually when things come to you like that, it's not just, you can't take it lightly.
No, definitely
You
not.
really have to, you know.
Whenever you decide to, yes, yes, yes.
We kind of having a little delay there.
So,
We hope we can go
whenever,
through. The internet kind of start act one way already, and we just start. So we hope it will take us through for the rest of the
acting up,
program.
right? Yes,
Yeah, it
there
is.
is.
It is. It is. It is. So the name Fruit Tree would have come to you. How do you feel though? What was your response to that kind of revelation? When the name came to you, how did you feel? How did you respond? Did you accept it right away? You contemplated? How did that part go? The internet seemed to be going, so she's not hearing at all. We're getting a delay right there. So I hope that can be sorted out, especially as we know we had an awesome discussion lined up with her. Let us see how that will work out. She's going in and out. The internet again, the vagaries of the internet, where it will pick up a little better.
Can you
Okay,
hear
so
me
in
now,
the
Bev?
meantime, yes, I'm hearing you a little better. I was saying to you earlier, when that revelation came to you,
Okay.
it's kind of up and down and freezing up sometimes. So see if you can find a location. We take a break. Go near to where the modem is, and then we're gonna take a break, and you kind of find a better location so we can really talk without being interrupted. We're gonna take a break and then we'll come back. It is Cultural Mix, folks. We are talking with Simone Fruit Tree Door. She was telling us how she came by the name Fruit Tree, and it was an interesting discussion there. How the name just was revealed to her: bitter fruits, sweet fruits, fresh fruits, sour fruits, and we're going to go back into the conversation with her when she kind of sort out the internet issues that we're having. So we're going to take a break. We're going to play another bit of music, and then we come right back. It's Cultural Mix. I am Bev Moonchild, your host, and we are in the studios of Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. We soon come.
Every single day as you pass this way, I know just what to say, but I can't find the words to tell you. Each and every day, my love grows and grows more than before. So maybe I just say, oh, peekaboo, yes, who is watching you? Peekaboo, yes, who is knowing you? Oh, peekaboo, yes, who is watching you? Can you realize as you pass me by, the love that's in our hearts? So what's keeping us apart? Even though I know I won't break your heart, I'll wait just one more day, just to see you. Oh, peekaboo, guess who is watching you? Peekaboo, guess who is loving you? Oh, peekaboo, guess who is watching every single day, yeah, as you pass this way. I know just what to say, but I can't find the words to Put your loving on me. Oh. Yeah. Loving on me. Take a look in the mirror. What do you see? Do you see you or do you see me? Do you feel love or do you feel hate? Then if you feel hate, then baby release. Come put your loving on me. Baby put your loving on me. Yeah. Come put your loving on me. Baby put your loving on me. Yeah. Say no, tell me your problems and think I'm dumb. I got a solution and you're so welcome. You over 30 and your body not done. No. So get up and rock and get up and come put your loving on me. Baby put your loving on me. Yeah. Come put your loving on me. And the baby put your loving on me.
Yeah, I know there was nothing that we could compare.
She got the real situation, baby. Everybody got your problems. To love yourself is the greatest achievement. Only you can solve them. She got the real situation, baby. Everybody got their problems. To love yourself is the greatest achievement. Only you. Now if you feel down and all alone, and you need a friend to call you home, I'll be there for you. No more to run. Come put your loving on me. Baby, put your loving on me. Yeah, yeah. Come put your loving on me. Come put your loving on me. Baby, put your loving on me. Yeah. People have a talk, so let them talk. One thing about life, everybody fast. I know baby girl tell you all that them for mass. All your poor workers, much less your boss. Put your loving on me. Baby, put your loving on me. Yeah. Come put your loving on me. Baby, put your loving on me. Yeah. She got the real situation, baby. Everybody got your problems. To love yourself is the greatest achievement. Only you can solve them. She got the real situation, baby. Everybody got your problems. To love yourself is the greatest achievement. Only you. Now take a look in at the mirror. Tell me where you see. Now you see you, or do you see me? Around militant woman with vibrancy. Nice sexy body, come put it for me. You are run them young girl foot crazy. Plus you over 30 and you over 40. Why ain't you just mighty than a number? Baby girl, let me see you where them angles. Show me where you got. It's a lot. Put your loving on her. Hey baby, put your loving on her. Yeah, just put your loving on. She got the real situation, baby.
Everybody got the problems. Put your loving on me. Michigan, you haven't got to talk to me about that again. Put your loving on me. When you say over 30 and your body don't know. Michigan, oh, you come up with that line there. So that was Michigan there from the duo that you would have known long ago, Michigan and Smile. But this is Michigan alone saying, put your loving on me. Simone, you're back with us. Thank you so much.
Yes, and I hope you can hear me much better, Bev. How is it sounding now?
It is much better. Crystal clear.
Perfect.
So you were saying to me now that Fruit Tree came to you in a kind of revelation kind of way, where you were kind of instructed, I put it that way, that you were here to write and you're going to be known as a fruit tree. And I was saying bitter fruit, sour fruit, ripe fruit, maybe unripe fruit sometimes, because people pick unripe fruit sometimes. What was your reaction to that kind of revelation when it came to you? How did you take it?
To be honest with you, when it came to me, it felt innate, like it was in me, but it still felt strange and foreign because my lifestyle wasn't really a very fruity one. In theory, I would eat fruits now and again and, go into nature and stuff. But truthfully, I was more up and down, not really focusing on anything really on the natural side of things.
Mm-hmm.
But I was so at a space where I was searching because I knew that something wasn't right. I just couldn't put my finger on it.
Mm-hmm.
I was tired at
Mm-hmm.
that place in my life, and I was just like, no.
Mm-hmm.
I am not put on this earth to just do what I'm doing. Something isn't right, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So when it came to me, it was like, even though it was different, it was like a sigh of relief at the same time. Like, yeah, I can see myself as a fruit tree. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I can see myself nourishing me and others through my poetry. At the time, I was focusing mainly on poetry and spoken word,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So,
Okay. So what was the first fruit that came to you as you got that revelation to be who you are and to be that tree of fruits? What was the first fruit that came from the tree?
all right, I tell you what, I was challenging myself, challenging the source within me. Now, listen to this and tell me if this makes sense. I remember lying on my bed quiet and saying to myself that, okay, I need peace in my life because I felt like there was no peace at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I got up to go to my dead end job the next day. And when I was walking to meet the transportation that was provided for me, I was at the bus stop and a young guy came up to me. He might look somebody, you know. I mean, I look on him and I say, youngster, I'm not really in the mood, you know. But one mind say, you know what, talk to the boy. I'm going to say, hello, my name is Simone. What is your name? And he said, my name is Shalom. And when he said Shalom to me, I kind of, I had to step back because as we all know, Shalom in Hebrew is peace.
Yes.
So I was like, it was like I was asking for things at that time. And even though he wasn't meant to be anything in my life, but he just was meant to tell me his name and say, yes, Simone, you asked for peace.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want. All right, I will give you peace. So that was like an aha moment for me to say, yes, my source is listening to me right now. I am aligned right now. And then the first poem that actually came to me was a poem called Candon, which whenever I say that poem, it has sexual attributes somewhat. So sometimes people think it's like an erotica poem, but it's not. It's actually me looking into myself, and it's actually extremely spiritual to me. But I guess the way how I word it and the way how I execute it, you know, it gives like a double entendre type of thing. You know what I mean? But yeah,
So what
so
became of Shalom? He just that was it for you and him at the bus stop.
yeah, he was just a meeting just to say his name, because about 5 minutes after my boss came and I just said, okay, nice to meet you, Shalom. And I just had a big smile on my face, going to my job that I knew that I wanted to leave any minute now with Shalom in my mind. Like, all right, Simone, a piece you want, a piece you're gonna get. You know what I mean?
And it began right there. But look at that kind of revelation. A lot of us don't pay attention that kind of way, you know. So when the revelation comes for a lot of us, it just passed by because we are not attuned to what is happening.
Yes.
I'm glad you paid attention to that. First thing to happen to you, Shalom, peace.
Oh, yes.
Peace be unto you. So there it was for you. Peace coming right there in front of your very eyes as you asked for it. Did you leave the job?
I did. I left the job probably about a month after. And my partner is a producer and a manager within the entertainment industry. And he always challenged me because I'm super laid back, to be fair. And I will just write down I had so much poetry, and I would be saying it to myself over and over and doing my thing. And he's like, look, if you're really serious, you know, Simone, we can do an EP, you know, we can do something spoken word singles, you know, you can write a book, you know. And I was just like, really? And he's like, yes. And then I started to really do it. And it came to fruition. First the poetry book, Fruits and Truth, and then the EP Thoughts, and then I did a single called Bubbler. And now my most recent one, as you know, Carry Her Burdens, which is a short novel.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Tell me about Bubbler.
Bubbler is a poem really about, obviously I would be relating to my culture. So it's a black woman poem.
Mm-hmm.
But in Jamaica, culturally, we love to go to parties, and as we hear certain music and certain beat, the first thing we do as women is start bubble.
Yeah, Bubbler.
That comes naturally to us.
Bubbler.
But then I tied it into whether you're going through stress, whether you can't pay the bills, whether you're having man problems, whether you're having issues with work, whatever the situation is, you can bubble through everything. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
So not only did I tie it into a dancing thing, but also into just life experiences on
It's
a
something
daily
that you
basis.
for airplay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Make me hear Bubbler.
That go now. Let me see. Oh
Oh,
my goodness.
You know, sometimes people forget their own works.
I'm if I tell you.
Sometimes people forget their own work. So if you remember Bubbler as we go through, or if you can go for the book.
Remember Bubbler? Let me come back to Bubbler. You know what I can do? I can probably do one called Seed. It's on my EP called Thoughts.
Okay.
And if I can remember Bubbler, I'll go into it.
Or if you have the
Jamaica.
book, you can read it, you know. If you have the you can read it.
I know I probably can read it. Well, let us go on talk and let me look for it, and
Yes.
let me see if I can find it. Yes.
One other thing I want to do is see,
Yes.
before we even go any further, I want to pay respect to your partner.
Yes.
I want to big him up wherever he is.
Definitely.
If he's there with you, just tell him to Bev Moonchild, I big him up right now.
Well, hopefully he's actually listening.
Yes.
Listening to this, you know. Hopefully he's
What's his
listening.
name? What's his name?
His name is Vivian Thomas, aka Pusher Youth.
Pusher Youth. And you
Yes.
know, Pusher Youth are push you to your limit now.
Yes.
Push
So-
you to your greatness.
Exactly.
Pushing you to accomplish what it is that you have within that you were
Yeah,
so
man.
laid back with.
And
So he-
let me big up my label mates, because I'm a part of a label, Pusher Youth label. His partner is Tanja Jagru, and my two label mates is Alcohol. He's a fantastic DJ, and Anash. So big them up. Big up the whole Pusher Youth family. You don't know.
Yes. So we want
Yeah.
people to push themselves to their full potential.
Yes.
We want people not to push drugs, but to push integrity and to push others to challenge themselves so they can be them best self. And I think
Yes.
that's what he was doing with you,
Yes.
pushing you to accomplish that what him sitting at you, you know.
I'm telling you, because
Yes.
he kept on saying to me, I can see your greatness. Why
Wow.
don't you see your greatness, Simone? You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
So we don't have it's a few men really who will push their woman to that greatness that is within.
That is true.
Don't feel any kind of way like she go get greater than me now, and you know,
Yes,
she not
yes.
gonna see me anymore because she go get this and she go get big and so on. So we
Yeah.
want to big up Pusher Youth
Yes.
for seeing something within you that you maybe saw but was just ignoring.
Exactly. Or didn't know that there was a niche for my type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Because
yes.
it's not mainstream. So
Mhm.
you would have to have a niche and a niche following and build that, and you know what I mean? So
So
I
we
am
want to-
definitely grateful.
We want to big up Pusher Youth for that. So you would have your first book would have been which one?
Fruits and Truth, which is a poetry book.
Mm-hmm.
And it's for me, it's a finding myself book.
Mm-hmm.
Going within, finding my gems, finding my fruits, and I just did a whole compilation of poetry within that genre of spirituality, because spirituality for everybody is different, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, as I say, I had to find myself, and I had to find myself without stop looking outside of myself for happiness. Stop looking and being distracted and thinking that, oh, I have to have this, or I have to compete with this, or I'm a different soul, and I had to just accept that and know that. You know what I mean? The minute I go silent and go into myself, Bev, bare treasures come out of me. You know what I mean? Where creativity is concerned.
Because we are so taken up with talking, you know.
Exactly.
We're taken up with the busyness that is happening, that sometimes we need to get, as you say, silent.
Yeah, man.
Get into yourself.
That's what I believe in. Yeah.
Be by yourself, because some people are afraid to be by themselves.
Yes. Yes.
You know,
A lot of people.
you have something, you have the phone on, or I'm hearing a sound in the background. Can you mute
Yes.
it
Sorry
for
about
us?
that.
Yeah,
Sorry
mute
about
it.
that.
So when you go into silence is really when everything that you are able to do start coming out to you. And I'm really happy
Yes.
that you would have gone into yourself and see the benefits already. So fruits of truth, you say?
Fruits and truth.
Fruits and the truth. Give us one from that book. You have the book near you?
All right. All right. Let me just go into, I must say, and I must apologize. The fruit tree isn't 100% what you call it? Prepared today, but I am definitely going into bubbler for you.
Okay,
All
you
right.
found it.
Yeah, I found it.
Okay,
And
okay. Good.
I tried to find the video, but I'm hoping that I will remember it. Let me go.
No problem, man.
Black woman, do your thing. Black woman, me say fi do your thing. Smile a while, you've walked hundreds of miles, perfected the art of bubbling. Any rhythm, any beat, standing up or in a seat. It's all about timing. Go with the flow, kind of like rhyming. Balance pan it, fast or slow. Don't go too high or too low. Stay in the middle of your ring. Black woman, do your thing. Black woman, me say fi do your thing. You've covered your grounds. See your creations all around. Never ask for compliments. Just know you're the best. Welcome anybody what say them want test. Natural bubbler. Natural bubbler. That's on my book right now. Natural bubbler. On time whining to this beat called life. Body healthy, mind wealthy. You swing and sway your hips to the drums that's in your soul. Like coffee, you stay grinding. Hands in the ear, just vibing to what you know so well. Not just anybody can ring your bell. You're high and floating. Only a God can quench the Jones that's running through your veins. Below the navel is what the sons of men offer. Flesh that rot has no lot in your heavenly scheme of knowing. Black woman, do your thing. Thank you. Don't know this is Fruit Tree coming at you, and I'm forever blessed. I can give you fruits, but you have to do the rest. Thank you.
Black woman, do your thing.
Almost forgot that poem.
Do your thing, do your thing. I like it, Simone. I like that one.
Thank you, babe.
Bubbler. And there are persons online who are saying them like it. Oberlin says, Black woman, do your thing, me like it.
Yes, man.
So thank you much, Oberlin, for joining. And Gracia, my friend, Chuku, she said, me like it.
Yes, thank you, guys.
just a reach because of traffic. You know how traffic is in Kingston on a Friday evening.
Must say, and that reached me too, because that's why I'm so flustered right now. Because I kill myself to reach home for that interview. Yeah, me I say, right now, I'm flustered.
Keep calm, Mama. We're going on well. You're going on now.
Oh,
Keep calm.
gosh.
We know how it is in town with the traffic. It mad.
Exactly.
So you would have started now to understand what you really hold within you.
Yes,
That
yes.
is boundless, beyond bounds.
Mm-hmm.
You are able not only to write,
Yes.
but to perform
Yes,
and to
yes.
bring out that kind of emotion that comes with the words,
Yes.
that people can feel it. Sometimes people can write, but they can't perform.
Oh, God, yes.
And there are those persons who can perform, but them can't write.
True, true.
You have both.
I
And that's
want to tell you, say it's because of this whole pandemic situation where I can't get to really practice my craft, you know what I mean, and go out in public and build rapport with my audience. And I wish I could do that, but I can't. So I actually have a bag of poems that I'm not practicing, you know what I mean? So it is one of those situations at the moment, yes.
but you're on a platform now that people are responding to your performance.
Yes, anything I upload at all, I must say I have acquired a nice little fan base. You know, people seem to gravitate to the words that are spoken. And
Yeah.
you know, words are creation. So once you can resonate and align yourself with the words that are being spoken or is being spoken, it's a very good thing. You know what I mean? And I feel that alignment.
Because
feel
one
like-
of the thing, Simone, is that people, you can't say anything, but
Yes.
once people can identify with some of the things that you're coming out with in your poetry. It's once people can identify with it, and especially in this time when so much things are happening to people are lose them job, people are lose relationship, people are lose themselves, people are just in a kind of situation now that we have never seen before.
Yes.
If there's anything positive that's coming forward, people will gravitate towards it. And this is what I like about the poems, that because I've heard some of them, and I want to congratulate you before I forget again for
Thank you,
the body
babe.
of work that you have put in. I would say now maybe not you're not over no whole heap of years.
Right. And I mean, this has come, I found my poetry probably about 8 years ago. So I was writing, and as I said, I wasn't doing anything with it. I was just sharing it with close family and friends. And then to where the book was concerned, the book was actually put out the year of COVID when it started. And so that's really when my body of work started to come out. The book, the EP, the single, and now my novel, my short novel, Carry Her Burdens.
Which school did you go to, Simone?
I went to St. Andrew High School for girls.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and
When you were at school, did you ever think that you were a writer?
listen, I actually loved English and literature. I had an amazing teacher called Miss Gibbs. I think she got married. I don't know what her married name is, but she was amazing. She was such a personable, kind of sweet, childlike character, and she taught us well. She really delved into the books with us, and she kind of painted pictures when she read her books, and I knew that I loved it. But at that time, to be honest with you, I was so all about self and wanted to just have a bag of fun, because after high school, I remember doing like a year at UWI undergrad, and then I started to work at income tax. And then after that, it was 98 and World Cup, Jamaica did win World Cup. And I flew out with my best friend. We went to France. We were just living life. And I went back to England, actually met my big daughter, my first daughter's dad there. And I lived in England for years. And then I came back to Jamaica with my daughter. So as of now, I have 2 daughters. And as I say, I was living a life of just
free,
but at the same time not knowing self. So like I kind of felt like a hamster on a wheel, you know what I mean? I was just
Going
repetitively
around,
doing the
yes.
same thing over and over,
Mm-hmm.
and just not finding any satisfaction, with
What
what
it
we're
is
doing.
that what it is that would have caused you to looking at yourself and say, no man, something is missing here. I know something want to feel.
To be honest with you, I was looking around me a lot, and I don't want to step on a toe, so I won't obviously personalize it. But there was a lot of people, like even older people, I was looking at, like older people, almost all 90. And to me, their life was so flesh-like, so material-like, so of the earth. And I was thinking to myself, like, boy, if I was at that age, I would really want to be at a level that when I'm ready to transition,
Mm-hmm.
I know that I'm going to go from one level, kind of jump to another level. To me, I was looking at people that would just be leaving Earth just mundane, unfulfilled, and I said to myself, that did not resonate with me. And I kept on saying to myself, there's that little light within you that that you have so much more to give, and you have not fulfilled your purpose. And what you're looking on the outside is all you're seeing is people that are professionals or career driven or driving big cars, and you think that that's what you need to necessarily have, and that's not necessarily success. That's not necessarily purpose. You know what I mean? So I had to, as I say, I took the initiative to go within me. I knew I had a galaxy inside me. I knew my church or my temple or my synagogue wasn't on the outside. No one could be my savior. I had to save myself, because So I knew that.
What I find is, as you talk about people who just going for, I would say, material acquisition. They just want to acquire things. And after acquiring these things, some people still unhappy.
Oh yes. Oh yes. So unhappy. I mean, I'm around people like that all the time. And I'm looking at them with my I get my perception of, you should be happy. You have everything. And it's always daunting to see them so unhappy, to
Yeah.
the point of even suicide or whatever the case is, and they have everything. Yeah.
I'm seeing that a lot these days. That
Mm,
you would consider to have everything,
yes.
there is this yearning for something else.
Yes.
And
Yes.
like how it would have come to you to say, Simone, there is more to you than just this, Some
Yep.
people, because they're so pushing for more of what they have, they don't have the time to hear what is being said or to see what is happening around them and how they are to start shedding. And you would find to know that maybe if you start shedding some of the things,
Yes.
shedding some of the material things, that's when you're going to start finding yourself.
Oh my gosh. Of
How do we
course.
tell how do we tell those things to people who want a nice car? We're not against those kind of things, really. We want you to be happy and so on. But sometimes those things get into your way of developing self or finding self in the first place to develop self. Some of those things I find get in the way.
I tell you what. All right. For example, I have now, and this is in the space of 2 years or a year and a half. I have a poetry book. I have two children book. I have a EP. I have a single, and I have a short novel out. That's 6 personal products that came from within myself. Now, mind you, there's so many things I need to practice within, maybe some type of self-sacrifice that I need to do. I don't know, it could be something as easy as maybe, and this is just my opinion, of maybe fasting, maybe changing diet, maybe I don't know, just some type of self-sacrifice, doing something out of your comfort zone to kind of allow your frequency to change. So in other words, all my products that I have out there, if I can balance myself properly and align myself by doing what I need to practice, you can never know. One person might listen to this radio show and say, who is Fruit Tree? Let me go check her out. That person can call me and give me a massive contract just like this. So me going within and finding myself and creating what is from me can actually bring me millions. It just might not come overnight, but it can come. You know what I mean?
It can and it will.
Yeah. So when you see people, sometimes you see people, oh, I need that car, I need that house, I need that pair of shoes, I need that job, I need all of those things you're fighting that rat race for, to think that that's going to make you happy, but it doesn't. But when you find and you have your own gems to share to the world and you get physical manifestation of success from that, that's like heaven on earth for you. You know what I mean?
Because the thing is, you're not chasing those.
Exactly.
Those came from you.
Exactly.
And
Naturally.
is, once you start to chase something, it means that it is running away from you.
There you go.
And you're chasing it. You're chasing it. So it becomes a race.
Yes.
And most times, you chasing it, it's running away from you, and you're putting more to chase it, and you just can't seem to catch up with this thing that you want and you think you need. Because sometimes,
and half of the time you're doing these things for people and not really for yourself, because sometimes you might be successful but you hate what you do. When you come home at night, you can't sleep because maybe there's something within that daily process or that daily quota that you have to meet that you're going against your morals or what you believe or whatever the case is, but because you're getting money and you are living the life that you think is right, you do it, but you're dying slowly. You know what I mean?
Hear what I find very amusing sometimes. When I look and I see people, as we talk about people who hardly have the time to look within and to find that within, find that self and to find you, always looking out and chasing after stuff. I recall this particular person who would have acquired a lot over a period of time, but never had the opportunity to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So you would have acquired a nice dwelling, but you go to work from 8 o'clock until 4 or from 8 to 5. You come home, you don't have the time to enjoy it because you want to sleep.
Yes.
And you do that for 5 days for the week. On a Saturday, you have to go market or something. On a Sunday, some people go to church. Monday, you start that cycle again.
Yeah.
You never get a chance to enjoy it. And guess what now? It takes you to retirement. Because you do this for how much years, right up till you're 60, you know?
Yes.
I wonder if you understand what I'm saying.
Oh, you mean? And by the time you reach there, so you're old and gray and pop down, body tired. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And you can't enjoy this thing that you would have spent your whole life trying to acquire or try to put together or try to keep safe. So I have discovered that, guess what? That will come. If it is to come, it will come.
It will come.
But in the meantime, I'm going to be going one moment at a time and enjoy all of those moments and the people who are around me in those moments.
Facts.
Because I find that it is in that time that you really find self and start to enjoy life and happy. And sometimes people look for you and say, "Oh, you happy, so?"
I'm telling you.
As if you are not to be happy.
Yeah.
You know? So
yeah.
I'm really understanding where you're coming from, Fruit Tree.
Yeah.
Those happy moments that you are now finding, talk to me about them.
All right. Well, let me see now. Whenever you're in a place of joy, don't get me wrong, you know, I'm a human being.
Yeah.
So there are times when I stumble because I may not be manifesting probably financial wealth as quickly as I would. Yeah. I am not maybe feeling as independent as I should. And sometimes I question myself as a human being. However, I know that it's so hard to explain. When I leave this earth, I'm going to actually leave a legacy. People are going to be able to feed from me, from my words for a long period of time. You know what I mean? And that gives me a lot of joy. I
Okay.
love the fact that my two girls are seeing me in this light.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They see that their mother is a creative being. And I speak about being a spiritual being, having a physical experience. So they also know how important it is to not be dazzled by what's on the outside. I might sound like a broken record, but that is how I really look at livity, life. Everything comes from within you.
Yeah.
You create first from within, and then it manifests on the outer. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
just how I feel. It's as simple as that. I can't break it down any simpler. The minute you do that, your source will tell you or guide you to what you're supposed to do on earth.
Life is simple, you know.
It's so simple.
Is we try to complicate life
Yes.
with
Yes.
a whole heap of unnecessary things. But life
Foolishness.
is very simple. We try to complicate it with all kind of story. When
Let
I
me
have
tell you.
nothing to do with
Let me
life.
tell you something, babe. Let me tell you something. The novel that I just wrote, the short novel of Carry Her Burdens. As a poet, I came up. I remember just thinking about Miss Lou one day and our cultural folk songs and folk, everything folk in Jamaica. And I was saying how rich and beautiful our culture is. And the song Carry Me Akigo and Linseed Market, I was humming that. And I made a poem to the beat of that, but I just changed the words. Carry her burdens like a heavy load, on her head like a basket it goes. If you look in her eyes, they'll say, take my burdens away. I'm just a write. And when I done write that now, I'm say, say, this is a good storyline. Right away, the main character came to me. A plot came to me. An entire overview of a story came to me, which catapulted and came together perfectly as a short novel.
Wow.
And then I had about 6 of them, like Chichi Bodo, Sammy Plant, Peas and Corn. I did all of them. I wrote all of them out and then changed the words into a poem and then did an overview with each of that, with each of those that ultimately made itself into a story. So after, obviously, I've just put out Carry Her Burdens, I'm going to focus now probably on the one that is related to Sammy Plant, Peas and Corn. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that's just how things.
Oh, look at the circle that I'm speaking of. You would have been inspired right there by Louise Bennett.
Yes.
I'm telling you that soon and very soon, somebody's going to be inspired by a fruit tree.
Thank you, babe. Thank
And
you.
that is how we have to carry the circle at all times. We can't be ourselves.
There you go.
As Bob Marley said, if my life are for me alone, me don't want it.
You don't want it. What's the point?
Your life must inspire others and inspire others in a positive way. I heard you talk about your daughters.
Yes.
And how they see their mother as a creator now.
Yes.
Bringing things from within and manifesting true self.
Yes.
What kind of mother-daughter relationship do you have? Because I know sometimes once our children start to get older, the relationship sometimes kind of get rocky and then it come back together and then it get rocky again and then we start over again. I am speaking to you because I am having that kind of experience.
And I know you have all kings, right? You have all princes. Yes.
And it's difficult because you tell them something and when you think so you find a little headway, you say, right, it may have to start all over again with these boys. But you don't give up. You don't give up as a parent because you know that you know what you want them to be like. You don't want them to follow you, But you want them to understand how it is and what it is that they need to do to contribute to life and to their own development. What kind of mother-daughter relationship you have?
Well, truth be told, I have 2 daughters and they're 12 years apart. When I had my first child, who is now 22,
Mm-hmm.
I had her at like 1920. And I had her when I was in England. Remember the time when I told you I
Yes.
went to France? Right. And I was very young and all over the place, as I say. But I actually had a very good support system within her dad and his family. And then my
Okay.
mom came to England and helped me tremendously as well.
Mm-hmm.
So she lives in England with her dad now. She went back to England. So she's
Okay.
been there for years. She could come back to Jamaica and visit. So there's that part of me that I feel like what I could have given to her as a mother, I have not done that. So there's that immense feeling of guilt where that is concerned. However, we speak all the time and she is very grounded
Okay.
and naturally mature, if that makes sense. So every day I put my hand up in the air and say thank you to the Most High, because if any recollection of my younger self to see her where she is right now, I'm so grateful. You know what I mean? The little one or the wash belly, she live at Jamaica and she lives with me. So she is a direct mini me to the point of, my God, sometimes I have to say, you know, she literally soaks up everything. So luckily I had her in my 30s when I was more grounded and more mature and could, you know what I mean? So she's definitely full of creativity. She
Okay.
reminds me of your little one, Anu.
I know.
She is, you know, she's a character. She could go into performing arts and, you know, she's quite confident and she loves routines and she's she's amazing. So it is actually quite beautiful to see yourself through your children.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But where I'm right now, I can only be a witness to her and be an example to her.
An
You understand
example.
what I'm trying
An
to say?
example.
I
Yes.
can't force down anything on her. I have to just be an example, because right now she's at the age where she counteracts and she said, but mommy, you say one thing and you do another thing. And you know what I mean? So all I can do is do my best
Yeah.
and be there for her.
Yes.
And
Yes.
for
Yes.
both of them, you
Yeah.
know?
Yes. That is good. That is good. We're going to take a little break. If you want to
Yeah,
sip
man.
some water, you take a little water and then we come right back. It is Cultural Mix, folks. Your Friday evening show here on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. And I am Bev Moonchild, your host. We're going to take a break. We're going to come right back as we continue our discussion with the Fruit Tree Small Door. We soon come back.
I want you into my life. Well, we change every day. I want you into my life. So please don't go away. I want you into my life. You're sweet and so clever. I want you into my life. To love I forever. Cause if I didn't love you, would I keep going on this way? Girl, if I didn't love you, would I keep begging you to stay? Girl, every time you pat your back and you're going away, I didn't worry. I just looked at you and said, oh yeah, I want you into my life. Oh, please don't go away. Want you into my life. To love you more each day. Want you into my life. You're sweet and so clever. Want you into my life. To love you forever. I can't forget that night we met. No way. January 28 in 1978. Girl, a few days later, I took you on our first date. I walked you home, yeah. And as I watch you walk through your gate, I had to say it. I want you into my life. So please don't go away. I want you into my life. To love you more each day. I want you into my life. You're sweet and I want you into my life. To love you forever. Ever since we met, I've seen you gone out of your way to bring me happiness and some very joyful days. You never judge me by the things that people say. That's how I know you are so genuine in your ways. How I want you, how I want you into my life, into my life. Then you want one more time. Oh yes, see, I want you into my life, so please don't go away. I want you into my life, to love you more each day. Want you into my life, you're sweet and so clever. I want you into my life, to love you forever. Cause if I didn't love you, would I keep going on this way? Girl, if I didn't love you, would I keep begging you to stay, to stay? Till every time you pack your bags and say that you're going away, I never worry. Girl, I just looked at you and I said, yeah, I want you into my life, so please don't go away. Want you into my life, to love you more each day. I want you into my life, you're sweet and so clever.
I want you in my life. Come here. Fred Locks, you have to send for Bev Moonchild, come give you the harmony. I want you in my life. That is Fred Locks there. Welcome, folks. Welcome back to Cultural Mix. It is your Friday evening program on Fit FM 96.7, and we are talking to Simone Fruit Tree Dua. Really, really, really lovely sister there, telling us about her journey and how she started writing, how she started finding herself, how she started feeling uncomfortable and said, no, man, there is much more to me than just going to work 9 to 5 or 8 to 4. And it came to her. The name came to her. And after the name, things just start to fall into place. Right, Simone?
Right. You are right on point there, Bev.
Yes. Welcome back, my dear. Glad to have you, as I said before. So, how are things going with the books? Where are they available?
All right. So I have in Jamaica some of the physical Fruits and Truth.
Mm-hmm.
However, for the most part, all of my books are on Amazon. They're available in the paperback version for both Fruits and Truth and my newest book, Carry Her Burdens, are $15 US for paperback and $5 US for the Kindle version.
So tell us the names of the books again. So if persons want to go on Amazon, they can find the books. Tell us the books again.
That would be amazing, guys. I would so love the support. So I have Fruits and Truth, which is a poetry book. I have 2 children books in the Kindle format. One is My Favorite Fruits of the Day, and the other one is Christmas Treat for Kids. And then I have a short novel that I just released, not even a month good, called Carry Her Burdens. And that is available in paperback and Kindle versions as well.
And which ones you have hard copy of?
You know what? When you self-publish on Amazon just recently, probably about 3 weeks now, they're just offering hard copy books. So as of present, the only thing I have available is paperback and obviously the Kindle. So I'm going to upgrade and get a few in hard copy as well. So if anyone wants hard copies, they can get that as well. But as of now, it's paperback.
You said you had a few in Jamaica. I'm talking about that one. Which one was that?
Oh, yes. The few that I have in Jamaica is Fruits and Truth. That's my first poetry book. I have about, I would say probably about 8 left.
Wow.
And they're for 1,500 Jamaican dollars.
Okay. So you're going to
So anybody is interested in the Kingston area.
And I'm not in Kingston, but I need one.
I know. Yes, but yes. Well,
So
you know.
just put my name in that one, please. I'll tell you how to send it to me.
All right, babe. We'll do.
Get your funds to you. Because one of the things, people, what we want to do, we want to support writers. We want to support independent writers. We want to support self-published authors, right?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
not everybody can afford a publisher.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to support people in the arts. We want to support people. That is how people eat. That is how rent pay. That is how what food buy. Support people. And 1,005. I know. Not chicken feed. I know.
And
So
you guys can stream my EP, sorry Bev, and my single on Spotify or iTunes, or purchase it on Amazon as well. The EP is called Thoughts, and the single is called Bubbler.
thoughts. I'm
Yes,
writing them down. And Bubbler. What was the idea for the spoken word EP?
that was also from from my spiritual place, my galaxy, my heaven, you know what I mean. It's just what's in my mind, hence the reason thoughts. You know what I mean, what was going on in there, and I kind of just put it out in word format. I can
Okay.
definitely do one of them if you would like. That's on the
Yes,
EP.
man. Go ahead.
It's called Seed. Here we go. Seed by Fruit Tree. You don't know, Bev. Fit FM, thank you so much for having me on tonight. Jamaica, I'm asking a question. Let me
And the
hear
world. And the
your
world as
vision.
well know. Yes.
What do you see? Do you know your style? What type of food you like? You seem confused. I guess you haven't found your truth. Too many distractions, I know. Those vibrations are low. Hush. You never know. Your seed was planted. I'll know it not grow. Through your busy gardening others that you don't know. Sculpting, clipping, watering, and blessing. Saying, grow my tree. Even though you have nothing to do with me. Warm to your seed. It's been dying for thirst. All I see are weeds all around, fully covered. You're gonna have to dig earnestly like a pirate ready to steal treasure that was always yours. But you never knew because you were glued to, me no know, let's say IG and fake TV shows that were stopping your tree to grow. They're giants showing you how it's done, watching you smile, trying to be a broke down version of their style and swag. You try hard, sweating, sourcing funds from whomever because you want to compete with this illusion and failing miserably. Why do you think this is? I can't tell. You have to know. My seed are grow. That's all I know. Straight plowing, only concerned about knowing what's real, peeling away the crust that has been embedded so fake it weighs me down. I can't get to move around. I don't know about you, but I'm so awake. Eyes wide open. Never again will I break. Thanks.
Wow. Love that one. That one is called
That one is called Seed.
seed. And when you plant the seed, you just plant it and you water it and it will grow.
Yes,
It will
yes.
bear fruits.
And
And
stop
what is,
watch other people tree.
yeah.
Focus on your tree.
Yeah. What do you say about the fruits that you can give?
Yeah, that bittersweet, lush, all type of everything, but all of them, they're all nutritious. They're all nurturing.
No, you have a line that says, I can give you fruits.
Oh, I can give you fruit. Here you know. I can give you, don't know which one that will see.
I think it was a general line that you have when you say
Yeah, I can't
fruit.
remember it right now. I don't remember if it's in the first or the second.
Yes. But, as you said, don't watch other people
Yeah,
tree. Water your seeds
yeah.
and they will
Warm
grow.
to your seed. It's dying for thirst.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yes. And that is words for everybody this evening. Water
Yes.
your tree. Don't look at anybody else's tree. Don't look at your neighbors. Water your seeds and let them grow. Talk to people who think that when the words come, they just scribble it on a piece of paper and forget it somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talk to those people this evening. What Simone
Um,
have to tell them? Because
What
there
you
are
mean,
lots of people out
people
there
that are actually actual poets or people that just
no words that will come to people, but they
yes.
just scribble it and put it somewhere. They don't make much of it.
No, they don't. You
So,
have to. Your words, that's your creation. That's why people keep on saying, be mindful of what you say and be mindful of what comes out of your mouth. You know, even this is even a good line for even parents. Be mindful what you say to your children because you're actually cursing them or you're blessing them. You know what I mean? So your words are whenever, even if you're not even a religious person, people that don't believe in the Bible, whatever the case is, when the Bible just begins, the Most High speaks his word. He created with his word. You know what I mean? So it's very important. And when you actually write down anything, you're writing down. So you're putting that's your first point of action. They say that writing can be like spells. You know what I mean? But we were taught that spells are a bad thing.
Yeah.
And they're not necessarily a bad thing if it's coming for you from you and you know you're putting it into fruition. You're saying, okay, this is what's coming from me. Let me write it down. The minute you write it down, it becomes real, you know?
Yeah. As we were talking about mother-daughter relationship, so Rosalie on Facebook, she says, in my relationship with my daughter, sometimes they act and seem like the parent and I am the child.
My wash belly, I see that. She's my mama. She's my mother. I'm telling you. Oh my goodness.
Thank you much, Kay. Kay says, great show. Diamond D, she says, water your seeds. Oh, powerful.
Thank you.
Water your
Thank
seeds,
you.
powerful. When I ask you about people who just scribble things down, you know, sometimes when you talk to people, they have some stories. And you say, why you not write a book? And
Yes.
I know some men are no writer. Talk to those people.
All right. I'm happy that you touch on that because I can actually plug my book because this really is what I would love for people to acquire. Listen, poetry came to me naturally. As I said, I was living in my silence. I was going into myself. I wasn't calling random people and chatting foolishness. I just wanted to learn about Simone, and poetry came. Just like everything else, where the seed is concerned, when a tree starts to grow and it starts to get branches and leaves, through the poetry, what started to grow was now writing. Now I'm writing books. So if you have experience and it's very dramatic and you know it resonates with people when you tell the story and you have the ability to write it down, and even if you don't feel confident enough to write it down, somebody can write it with you. You can even go into a business plan with the person and say, okay, let's go ahead and self-publish it together. You know, there's options, or you can ask your family member, somebody that love you, that will be able to help you without wanting anything in return. And you'd be surprised what you can actually write, what type of book, because this particular book that I just wrote, Carry Her Burdens, a couple of my friends and people, my acquaintances, actually bought it. But one recently gave me her feedback and her review. And the reason why I'm speaking about this particular person, her name is Tanya Telwell. Big up yourself if you are listening to this, Tanya. Powerful young lady, fearless in her truth, and I just love her. So when she gave me her feedback, I felt so empowered because I knew she wasn't a yes woman or saying it just to say it. You know what I mean? She went through the book and told me what she loved about the book, because the book celebrates the spiritual realm and the physical realm. It's about a young lady coming from a lineage of oracles, of seers that came from Ghana, similar to the Maroons, and have a commune in St. Elizabeth. That part is completely fictitious. They're called the Yamanti line, and they come from the Nashunda tribe. And her mother died, and she had to find comfort by finding that spiritual realm where all her ancestral mothers transitioned, and the way they communicated with her was through colorful frequencies, and it would soothe her and help her on earth to go through all the hardship she was going through. She didn't know her father. She was being sexually harassed by her landlord that wanted to, sexual favors because she couldn't afford the rent. She was having problems with paying her bills. She needed a job. So it's like you follow Sheba on her journey of carrying her burdens, but at the same time, she's connecting to her spiritual realm of truth and her ancestors, her mothers, and they have an instrument that similar to the abeng is called the yalung, and
Wow.
the storyline itself is
It's interesting.
it is
Yes, it make you want to get the book, please, Simone. I need that book. I need that book. I need that book.
yes.
I need that book. I need that book.
So it's called Carry Her Burdens.
Carry her.
If you go on Amazon, and of course if you click on the book drop down book and just put in Carry Her Burdens, or you can put in Simone Fruit Tree Duo, and all of my products come up on the website, and you can choose which one is relatable to you, because some people would prefer the EP, some
Yeah.
people want the poetry book, some people want the children book for their kids, or some people want the novel, the short novel. It's a great read. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I'm actually super proud of this book, and I
Okay.
would love the support.
And that one is for how much?
It's for $15 US for the paperback and $5 US for the Kindle. If you have a phone, a laptop, or a tablet, you just download the application Kindle, and then once you purchase it, it downloads on your
Onto your
device,
device.
and you're able to read it. Yes.
Okay. Carry her burden. Listen, author Andreen Bonner, and as you hear author in front of her name, you know she's an author. A
Yes.
Jamaican, and she lives overseas. Me just sketch. Me just sketch her. I want to sound good. She's an author herself,
Hi, Andreen.
a teacher in the US, and really giving you the support as one writer to the other. So I know
Thank you so much.
persons who are listening will and it's $15 or $5, as you say,
Yes.
for the Kindle copy. So people, I'm asking you to go out and support the sister. Buy her book. She is using her talent, her gift. Some people are gifted in different ways, and the people who write sometimes get that kind of feedback that people probably think, say, it's just a little thing, but it is really work that you do with the mind.
Yes.
Words together to kind of create with words, so when people reading them can actually visualize what it is that you're talking about. It's a whole heap of work. So
Yes, it is.
we want people to support the writer, support the publisher, support the author. She has an EP here. People go on Amazon and just write in Simone Fruit Tree Door, and you choose which one of the book or books you want to purchase from her. It's
Yes. Yes.
cheap, dust cheap. If you can get those. I want to hear another one from you, because this is like a performance now, Simone. This is like
Yes.
a performance cultural mix. So you read the poem and you tell us what was the idea behind that one. Which other one you
All right.
want to read for us, and to tell us the story behind that one.
All right. So this one is called New Zone. Should I say it now or say it after, where it came from?
I'm going to give you the congratulations coming from author Andreen Bonner. Congratulations, Simone. I just bought your book.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. Thank you, Andreen. Tell us which one you bought, Andreen. You see, people who support each other. And she's a writer herself. She's a writer herself, so she knows what it is to support another writer. She's going to tell us which one of the book. Telma Gomez, Keep up the good work. Love everything. So people are responding, and thank you, Telma, for always being here with us. Ever faithful, Telma
Oh,
Gomez.
so
Ever
grateful.
sure, always here with us. So thank you, Telma. So give us the poem and then give us a story behind it.
All right, no problem. This one is called New Zone. It's actually on the EP Thoughts as well. Remember, you guys can get that. Feel like a fish out of water. Me alone. Completely out of my comfort zone. I'm now a poet, a lover of words, making love to paper with a pen. Hence the reason I'm here around a bunch of strangers, kind of like a different lion's den. Just creators here. I can feel it everywhere. Just peace. It runs through my body with ease. May I beat a Guinness, listening to something different. Not to whine to, but me feel like swim my hips. Kind of like an ancient trip. I'm not locked in a box. I feel so free. Just like a little bumblebee making honey. Mmm, too sweet. Almost feel like me a do it. That's something there. Without the physical, but hitting that spot from bottom to top. You know what I mean? This is me. Just me. No one here to distract or draw my energy with negative vibes. I'm so tired of that. Lone soldier, I'ma say, ready to soak up this goodness like a real goddess. Fruit tree in this place, feeling divinity and love flowing through my inner space. Yeah, thank you.
That one is called what?
New zone, new zone.
New zone. So you know, so now when you talk about new zone, you get people excited, with some of the lines that we are saying.
All
Because
right,
you
so
just look around right away.
a lot of my poetry is borderline erotica and
Yes.
spirituality,
Yes,
because
yes,
in
yes.
my opinion, it ties into each other.
It
But
is.
then, right?
It is.
So
It is. It is. It is. It
the,
is.
the thing is,
That is why you feel like you're in heaven, because it is
yes,
heaven.
yes.
Yes,
The,
when it
the,
is right.
the, the thing is, at that particular time, I started doing a lot of spoken word, and as you know, apart from Edna Manley and some other little spots, not a lot of places at the time were doing open mics.
Yeah.
So I had heard that there was a place at Nanook at the time. I don't think it's open anymore. That they were having like a holistic program with an open mic and yoga and everything or whatever. And I was like, wow, I have to go check that out when I just started. So me by myself, none of my friends were interested. They might look at me like, oh, where you are going with this poetry thing, Simone? And so I was just by myself at the time, like on my own journey. And I went to the place, and it so happened that I went on the wrong day. And I didn't know anyone, and all these holistic people were just there doing their yoga, their meditation, they're selling their holistic things, and I knew no one. And I was just there looking at these people, and I remember they go across the road to the bar and bought 2 guineas. I'm gonna come back and sit down on a wall, and I was just looking at these people in awe, thinking, wow, you aren't aware that there's so many people that are so in tune and completely in their natural element, just living a beautiful natural life. And it just felt so amazing to me. And I just sat there, and I had my poetry book and my pen with me, and I just wrote New Zone, because the whole zone was so new to me.
Yes.
I felt so I could see the creators just walking around in their knowing, and it was beautiful,
Andreen Bonner, the book that she bought, Carry Her Burdens.
Yes, that's my latest book. Thank you, Andreen.
Yes, so thank you so much, Andreen, for supporting this awesome writer here and performer, spoken word, Simone Fruit Tree Dwar. She really has done A lot of work in a short time, short
Yes.
space of time. And COVID has allowed you, the COVID period has
Yes.
allowed you to even go deeper in self and
Oh
come
God.
out with some more works. You're not alone. Quite a few persons have confessed that it is the COVID period really that brought out some of the creativity that they never know to them have.
Oh yes.
Deep within, there were things there. So you remember we talk about how people were busy sometimes, and when you're too busy, you can't really find yourself.
It's impossible.
Yes. So in this COVID period, a lot of people went very quiet.
They were forced to find
Forced
themselves.
to be quiet, yes. And
Yes.
in the quietness now came the reality that wait, you have this within you. Bring it out. A lot of people, I even hear what's his name? He and his wife, they have a thing that they do. Wayne Marshall.
And Tommy Chin, yes.
Yes, he said it is the COVID period that really brought out some of his creativity. Some of the things where I don't know him, never know him could have do it.
Because he's a living comedian.
Yeah, and him never know.
Yes.
He would have either been at a studio, or I'm gonna want dance, or I'm gone somewhere if it weren't for the COVID period. But because now we were all confined to our home space for so
Yes.
long, people
Yes.
really found, and some people really found themselves in the period. And I want to congratulate you, Simone, for finding that within you. So
Thank you.
Andrine said, "Be still and know."
Yes. Yes.
Still.
Yes, Queen.
Yes, yes. Be still and know. It is in the stillness of being that we will understand what we are capable of.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
We want to thank you, Simone, for taking us through that journey of yours as you relive some of the moments where the poetry came from, and so on and so on and so on. Do you have a favorite poem?
I do. I have one called Journey, which really just covers my entire journey and touch on being a people pleaser for most of my life,
Wow.
and kind of getting to the point where okay, I had to stand up on that and say, "Get thee behind me, Satan! You're not here to please people, Simone." You know,
How dangerous is people pleasing?
it's something that will cripple your man. It's crippling.
Mm-hmm.
It is, you will lose yourself and die without accomplishing anything because you've lived your life to please others.
Wanting to please others.
You know, when you're a very empathetic being and you are a kind and loving being, it becomes natural to want to do unto others as you would want them to, I guess, do unto you. But that's not really life, is it? And whenever you're truly empathetic, sometimes you attract a lot of narcissists and they just suck you dry and take from you. So you have to be aware of what you're doing. You know what I mean? Yeah, people pleasing is a crippling experience for me anyway. So.
So, yes, you were telling me about your favorite poem.
Yeah, so it's called Journey. I can probably do a quick piece before to take me out if you want me to.
You remember it?
And just before I go, Queen Bev, and I don't know if I can say this on air, but King Imara. I love both of you.
Okay.
I haven't met you guys physically yet, but I am in love with the both of you. And I thank you for your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Big up Imara, wherever you are.
And you, Bev. Yes. All right. So this is called Journey. You don't know it's from your girl Food Tree.
Okay.
I can give you fruits all day. All right. I'm such a giver. A regular, I'ma feel like me that donate liver. Smiling from ear to ear. You want me to buy a beer? Knowing I'm the life of the party, always asking. Yeah, right, babe. You look sad. Don't be mad. Cheer up, man. Make we go beach, eat some fish and roll in the sun. I want you to feel good the way I know you should. Me, smiling on the outside and genuinely wanting to be nice, but inside I feel empty because I want to please the world. Not sure who made me, Supergirl, such a procrastinator, having an inkling that I've always been a leader who has never been strong enough to breathe without suffocating on my own ear, fully knowing I can't repair you, my dear. We all have our journeys. Of that, you should be aware. A journey personal to you. So don't resent me for not being there. No longer a people pleaser. I can look in your eye and say, yeah, I'm ready to eat my own pie without any apology, because not until I reach within, I'll just be a follower thinking, is this how my life really is? No clone round here. Strictly an original with no shame in my game, spitting magical rhymes. My only intention to grow all knowing and wise. Bless up my crew. You don't know, boo. Feel free to do you. I no longer feel empty. And to be honest, I don't really want to share my inner plenty, because I'm not a doctor trying to save the unhealthy. It's mine, so personal I quiver like an awakened child. My best advice is, we all have this side. Just silence all the distractions you have walking around you like a zombie, too dumb to know your truth, because you're completely numb to your own sweet gushy gum. I never understood peace, but now I do. No longer feel like I have to please any of you. Don't get salty, peeps. When your day comes, your heart will be taking leaps of joy, mega diamond, with loving arms, whispering in your ear. I always knew you were near. Thank you, Bev. Thank you, Fit FM.
Thank you, Fruit Tree. That fruit there, hear the response now. Diamond D, and thank you, Diamond D, for joining. She said, I love Bev and Imara Stewart too. So
Yes.
we get big up to, you know. So hear her now. I am feeling journey. Sometimes I feel like I have to save the world. So many of us feel that kind of way. You know, as you talk about being empathetic, sometimes it really pulls you out. Andreen, author Andreen, my inner plenty. Love the line there.
Yeah, man.
Rosalie, it's well done, Bev Moonchild. I thoroughly enjoy your show. Blessings to everyone. Thank you, Rosalie. And I know it is past midnight in London now. So I know if you have
Wow.
to go to bed, Rosalie. Thank you for staying up with us, Rosalie. We understand and we know that the UK is soon morning, it's Saturday morning now in the UK.
Yeah, man.
You are here with us. Blessings always, Rosalie. So, Simone, people are enjoying your poetry. I want to encourage you to continue. I want you to continue writing and going deep within, because there is much more where those come from. Much, 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 much more. There's
Yeah, man. This
more.
is only the tip of the iceberg. There's so
Of the
much.
iceberg. And I like the conviction that you have to know, and I'm going to say it again and tell him for me, Pusha Youth, that he would have seen what you have. And to
Yes.
say to you, Simone, you can do this, you know. Try it, man, and make it happen. Sometimes all it takes is somebody to encourage you, you know,
Oh, God.
and somebody to say to you, make the first step. And you see, once you make that step and get over that fear, because sometimes it is fear, you don't know if you can do it. You kind of doubt yourself and say, me really can write. Me really can write one book.
Yeah.
Me really can write
book.
one novel.
Yeah.
So when you make that first step and push and realize that, say, wow, I have it within me, then now you start to encourage yourself and encourage others to go through this journey and to really accomplish that is which is within. I was saying the other day that so many stories are buried in cemeteries. So many dreams that people had
Yes.
buried with them.
Yes.
so many truths that people want to tell, or they didn't get a chance to tell, or truths that should have been told, are buried in the cemetery. Millions of dollars, I put it that way, because some of these things I know people would have earned millions from the
Oh God.
ideas that they have, but they never
Yes.
make that step forward. And it could have
So
been
true.
probably fear, or it could have been, anything at all. And those don't come true. So when I see somebody step forward and really start to write or to do whatever is within, as the money will come naturally.
Yes.
You first
Yes.
have to be convinced about what you're doing, and be patient with yourself and be consistent. The money will come. People will support. People start supporting already. It will
Look,
come. It will
look
come.
at that.
It will come. It will come. Just take your time
will
and
come.
be patient. What do you want to say before we wrap up? Any final thoughts to people who are writers, young people who may want to start writing and don't know the first thing to do?
I can tell you this. Sometimes if you really want to do it, advice is great, don't get me wrong. But sometimes just quietly, when I say going to self, some people probably don't understand what it is to go into self. They think it's something complicated. You can just go in your garden, take a hose and start watering your plants. You can go wash your car, clean out your car, clean out the house, wash some clothes, but just quiet the mind.
Just be with you.
Put down your phone, put down all distractions,
Mhm.
and just start to speak to self. Say, I like writing. I want to write. Before you go to bed, this is a good hack. Before you go to bed, say exactly what it is that you want to write. You can put a pen and a notepad beside your bed
Mhm.
and say, when I sleep tonight, please inspire me where I need to start, what path I need to be in regards to my writing, what genre suits me, whatever it is that you want to do. And you'll be surprised how that unconscious, that subconscious mind works for you through sleep. And you start practicing that, things like that, and you'll be surprised.
Yeah,
You know?
that's true. They always say the last thing that you meditate on before you fall asleep,
Yes,
it is going to be revealed to you in your sleep moments.
definitely.
So always be positive before you go off into that sleep period, because
Yes.
whatever it is that you last thought about or engaged in, it just going to come alive when you sleep. So you hear a lot of people say them dream this. You nightmare some people have because of how they went off. So I like what you said just now. Meditate on what you want to do. Have your pen and your paper nearby. That is something you're always to do, because sometimes you dream something, by the time you wake up, you forget it.
Yes,
But when you
yes.
wake up to sleep and you have the pen beside you, just write it down.
Write it down.
Wake up in the morning, you can remind yourself about it and you can start from there. I really like that that you have given to us, Simone, and I want to thank you too.
Thank you, babe. This was amazing. Lamuan Company show. So I'm glad back, boss. I am so happy. You've made my entire month. Thank you very much.
Okay, my dear, really, really enjoyed talking with you. I have learned some things from you, because sometimes sometimes I have so much to write sometimes that sometimes I give up on myself sometimes.
Yeah.
And just talking to you now, I realize that I really need to pull up myself now and go back into my writing mode. I have books on top of books with written work. I just need to get them
Wow.
some more.
Yeah, get them out there.
Yeah, we're going to be getting onto that, inspired by you, of course. And I really want to thank you so much for coming on. Give my regards to Pusha Youth.
I will. I'm not with him right now. I'm with my beautiful mother, Marie Oswald. So I'm just soaking up some of her energy. She has that energy. She passed on that beautiful energy to me, and I'm just soaking it up. I'm with her and my grandmother. So
Okay.
it's all 4 generations hanging out for the weekend. My daughter, myself, my mother, and my grandma.
Look at that. That must be amazing.
Yes, it's a amazing thing.
What
Amazing.
kind of support you get from grandma? How she feels about the work?
You know what? She's very proud of me. And my grandmother, she don't hold fair amount of ground. She just tell you as it is.
Yes.
You know? And my mother is super proud. She's just so she's always been that soul to say, you know, Simone, do what you feel is right. I'm here to support you. And she's one of those mothers. So I'm just super blessed to have that type of you know, love and support. Yes.
Somebody's listen to this, Simone, before you go.
Yeah,
So
man.
Diamond D is saying, because you spoke about meditating on what you want before you go to bed. She said,
Yes.
that is so true. Once I wanted to purchase a property and I was perplexed about the decision. My Jamaican co-worker told me to pray about it before I went to bed and do whatever my spirit told me in the morning. I did
Yes.
it, and that was the best decision.
Always.
Yes.
Always.
Just think about it before you fall asleep,
Yes.
and it will all come together by the time you wake up.
Oh, yes.
Telma Gomez, thank you. You have inspired a lot of persons tonight, Simone.
Oh, my heart is so, oh, you guys don't know what that means to me. Thank you so much.
Yes. Enjoy your weekend, my dear, with your grandma and your mother and your daughter.
I will.
And we thank you so much for joining with us this evening for an amazing discussion, Fruit Tree.
Yes,
For
it
yourself.
was amazing.
Pick up yourself.
Blessings,
All the
blessings,
best.
Queen.
Yes. Take
All
care.
right, goddess. Yeah,
Bye.
bud. All right, have a good one.
Yes, all the very best to the persons who joined us this evening. We want to thank you, all of you who were on Facebook, or you were on fitfmja.com, or you were listening on the 96.7 band. We want to thank you. We want to thank you. We want to thank you. Take care. It is a weekend, and remember I told you about the Heart and Soul Cancer Foundation fundraiser tomorrow. Call the number, and let me tell you the number quickly before I go. It is 876-587-6920. Call them and get your ticket, 20, 30 US or 2,000 Jamaican. It's for a worthy cause, supporting women with breast cancer. All the very best, my friends. Take care. Have an awesome weekend, and we come back next week if the Almighty allows it. Take care. Julia, thank you so much. I'm Mara. Big up yourself. Take care, everyone. God bless.
Well, there may be obstacles in the way. Just remember, Rome wasn't built in one day. I'm standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall. I'm standing 10 feet tall, standing 10